So I have already traveled 12.94 kilometers from my house. It took about 80 minutes to reach here. I am riding towards Prachin Kali Mata temple, which is 1.9 kilometers from here. Himachal state border is 8.8 kilometers and Shiblotri temple is just 3.5 kilometers from here. I have consumed about 2 spoonfuls of hydrolyzed protein for the second time. Earlier I bought similar kind of protein during 90s when I was exercising using bull worker. I have found that as too fast acting and compared to concentrate whey protein, it is bitter in taste, but conscious users may find both as comparable and equivalent only because after all, those who have scientific kind of mind can tolerate both kind of proteins by utilizing it at appropriate and sufficient amount and exercising accordingly. Kali Mata temple is 500.
Workout resumed.
I have halted for tea and snacks. I'm about to reach Prachin Kali Mata temple. While sitting on rocks at roadside Shiv temple, one of the mic fell down. Then I had to remove about 10 or 12 big rocks and search for that. In about 2.5 minutes, I was able to find it. You can imagine how much difficult it is to record and simultaneously broadcast without any gimbal or sufficient amount of gadgets. You might feel that my hand is trembling, but taking into consideration the ascent of this mountain, everything should be understood by my subscribers. I will record about 12 minutes of this video and find many views, about 34 to 44 in number. Some YouTubers think that these kind of low views are caused by frozen accounts, but it is not like that. Since the video is not stabilized, most oftenly I record without any preparation. It will take some time for success in monetized videos. I have that much patience. Don't think too much deeply for me. I am much concerned for my own health and schedule. Any kind of positivity or parallelism and sequential thoughts of those who have managed to cross 50% time length of my schedule is also not required at all from any of the human being living anywhere on this earth one. You might have seen that this world has reached up to an extent of total extinction. So wherever you will find me peacefully, you will find a large number of promotional banners annoying me, due to which I oftenly feel terrified and lose my senses. And then these kind of financial losses are consequences of my own behavioral pattern and drawbacks in my own thoughts and insecurity. So, as expected, a new priest has been appointed here because I visited about 1 year ago and had a talk with that Hindu priest. Since today is the second day of Navratra, free food distribution ceremony is being organized. Brahmacharini Devi. All those environmental friendly citizens of this country are being detained and kept inside the bar in parallelism with the Hindi meaning of the word development and tree cutting at any cost. They are challenging real King Vikramaditya that you were the one who performed burning wick magical performance. Do whatever you like. The first name superimposition of development and the burning wick will be utilized against you, and all of the trees will be cut down throughout the country. More and more illegal constructions companies, parallelism with first name superimpositions of Moscow demolition group and other foreign ministers who were indulged in each kind of prostitution, workplace coercion, and destroying the reputation of this country will also be utilized to destroy all the flora and fauna of this country. And do whatever you like, King. We are here to destroy this country, is environment at any cost. 150 conscious citizens who accompanied Sonam Wangchuk were also arrested a day before yesterday, and then they were released later yesterday. Now they are deciding at which place they will spend few days and return back towards Ladakh. So, in about less than 8 months after my first visit, about 4 new mansions have been developed here, resulting in enough amount of soil erosion and environmental degradation at the cost of victory, which is being promoted. But in fact, it is the result of more and more marriages amongst the Hindu priest who spend less than 6 months and claim authenticity and authority over these kind of environmental preserved areas. You can see a lot of construction workers are being engaged in spoiling the environment and promoting twin brothers. In fact, Kali Mata temple was existing here, but these kind of patented names through which they promote that these brothers were the only one who were devoted towards parents and spent 14 years in exile and searched Sita goddess and rescued by killing a lazy devil known as Kumkaran, and other brothers were also killed In fact, all the places where environmental preservation was kept belong to Mother Goddess only, and who is much superior than those twin brothers. So wherever Mother Goddess prevails, there is no need of more and more idols also. So if any Indian has a surplus money and want to invest in such a kind of parallelism where he or she will be promoted during election days through sequential parallelism of first names and surnames, he or she can influence any high rise mountainous temple to promote them through different kind of tiles and develop mansions in their favor. And during tourism visits, they can enjoy personal prayers at the name of lavish stays. You can compare the prices of RCI timeshare with these kind of cheap places. I wanted to sit here for about 1 or 2 hours. That's why I left the house too early. But when I find these kind of degradation and illegal development, my mood definitely gets spoiled, and I can't prevent myself from leaving as early, and I am not much tempted towards food distribution also. So during the descent, we have to be more careful because sudden brakes can't be applied too easily. Most of the time, the descent is so steep that it is very difficult to record simultaneously. Now you will find the descent increasing at magnitudely high pace. I am pausing this broadcast. The right brake is more effective, due to which I have shifted my hand and holding the mobile using my left hand. Otherwise also this video and the same route was recorded earlier also. In few weeks you will not find these kind of picturesque places because many kind of obstructions will be placed in the form of illegal constructions. That was the only mosque which was existing from past 60 years, and the hatred spreaded by these kind of non-secular flashes is causing in a lot of loss to the environment, and their own livelihood is damaged because of lesser number of tourists also. Ya Ali Lillah Muhammad Rasulullah. I had a talk with a lot of civilians living around Pinjore and Malla. All of them were criticizing the conditions of road and deterioration of lifestyle and financial losses by shopkeepers and other farmers because of mosque demolition group, because they were spreading hatred from several decades and most importantly, the tourism dependent area has to be developed in such a way that all the people who are visiting here along with families or couples should get enough amenities in the form of cooperation, and excess of everything is definitely bad for their enjoyment or stay around Shimla, Penjor, Kalka, where a lot of international tourists were also seen during 2012 and 2006. The Delhi Public School was sold about 9 years ago to a private Shamrock institution. Due to these reasons, I am standing in front of Shamrock Futuristic Public School Penjor, which is a unit of Shamrock and Shamford group of schools. Earlier Delhi Public School was existing here, and we visited during 2006 December before our another 4.5 hours it was but I had to withdraw him from there because I got better opportunity from Cambridge Foundation School. Moreover, hostel was not so much suitable for me because it was far away from my house. And when I was adjusted here, I thought that there is no sense in keeping him for more than 15 days. And I changed my plan and migrated back to my hometown in Delhi for 2 years. Then we returned back and managed to get admission at a better smart school known as Gurukul Global School. Even there, a 4.5 hours long written interview and oral interaction was also performed, and he topped everywhere. In fact, in Pine Grove, 40 other students were competing for the same seat, but he managed to get admission there also along with another student who was from West Bengal, while 38 other students were rejected in front of me. In the meantime, about 17 years have been elapsed. A lot of environmental degradation was witnessed in front of me. All of these forest land has been transformed into a civil society with a lot of illegal development going on, and issues are being raised by irrigation department also, and they keep on fighting intentionally, and a lot of transformation in the names of departments are also witnessed so that people will forget the torture and harassment they faced in the past. Since my migration was a totally result of corruption and torture faced by me, by those who collected immense bribe from me and didn't provided services or authentication certification in suitable or sufficient time. So that was obvious because of all my friends were from technological and medical background. They felt suspicious about my activities like changing school of my son again and again. They kept on inquiring whether I am more tempted towards a better school and keep on providing donation. In fact, I provided proofs simultaneously that admission fees was the only deposit by me. Even I paid 10,000 rupees only at the school, which passed a short while ago. Now it has been transformed into a shamrock play school or junior school. So all of the admissions were based on interviews only, but their suspicion was obvious and acceptable. And when I sent them blogs, proofs of trust seals, air ambience reports, and timely effluent treatment plant installation, and some used to visit my showroom also, which was in fact located in a residential area, but the construction was approved and all other showrooms in the vicinity are still operating normally after paying nominal bribe to Delhi Development Authority. When all of these proofs were provided to them, they were satisfied and remained friendly with me. If I want to continue the same discussion, I should tell you that Cambridge Foundation School was the only one where interviews were not performed because Srimati Sheila Verma and Mrs. Anita Puri identified me and told me that you were our topper from early childhood, and moreover it is not in terms of our rules that we perform interviews of children below 4th grade. Then I acknowledged them and requested to think about the decision, but they kept on insisting that why are you worried, just show us his background and the schools which he attended. And about 15 days ago he had performed stingiest interview in Pine Grove, and we know the reputation of that school very well. These were the words narrated by Honorable Srimati Sheila Verma to me, and I was very happy and respectful towards her. Then I took her blessing and got the admission form signed and paid nominal admission fees only. Buying Yamaha Gladiator was another wrong decision by me because its ignition self was very inferior quality and I had to kickstart occasionally. And the real reason behind withdrawing from that school was after successful surgery. I thought that there is no need of keeping my son in hostel because now I was ready to prepare food normally and then was back to life on 19th March 2009. In about 4 days, I thought that I will not be requiring more than 10 days of rest. So in the meantime, I decided to migrate back to Delhi and prepare myself for future journey in a much better way. In the end of the discussion and broadcast, I should say that major part of my life was affected by corrupt Indians or those construction companies who managed to exploit me through financial losses. In fact, the decision to stay here for not more than 4 years was also affected, and I have to stay here for such long. And educated people possessing enough IQ knows that these kind of tiles were constructed during Congress regime, and any kind of maintenance is not needed at all. So more and more funds should be utilized in the benefit of villagers, and of course all the tax money is being wasted in development of inferior quality bridges which are continuously being demolished simultaneously. But they are also aware from heart that mass hysteria of Hinduism can't be tackled so easily without bloggers and YouTubers like me, and they are aware of other morphed videos of Congress leaders also. A shortcut to the waterfall was witnessed by
Head
me.
south.
Then I confirmed from local villagers who told me that it will reduce
In
the
400
distance
meters, slight
from
left.
about 2.5 kilometers. So instead of riding towards that route, I have decided to cross the cricket ground and then reach that water fountain or waterfall located beside Ghaggar river. An ancient Panchayati Raj office located in a small building whose condition is continuously being deteriorated was located here. But I didn't witness much promotional activities. Then I decided to continue my journey towards that waterfall. Let's see if it is possible to cross that area on bicycle. I am about to change mobile power setting to battery saving mode. So in power saving mode, I am crossing this river and then I will ride towards that waterfall and ultimately reach the toll plaza. Battery has reached 8%, but still I will try to record some part of the. Can you imagine the route followed by the youth living in these villages in order to save expensive cost of fuel, and simultaneously they are spoiling the two-wheelers and bikes which they had purchased through loan, but in fact they have to think short term because of expensive education and livelihood cost. No doubt it is a remotest part of the country, but imagine those ancestor farmers who were spending life normally, but due to the civilization, the town immense drawbacks and hassles, and still trying to survive. Riding towards the flow of water was the only option for me, since Google Maps was not providing the accurate route. I think I will reach in about 1.5 hours. Shimla Kalka Chandigarh highway and not Shimla Solan bypass can be seen from here. You should correctly distinguish between both of them. Thanks a lot for sharing my video after finding a rare waterfall in front of my bicycle. Believe me, I will not feel egoistic or hatred towards any one of you if you will find this rare place and try to reach here on newly bought SUV, Tesla, or any electric sedan car, because it is a very reachable place. I didn't find any kind of problem, and moreover the villagers are also applauding these kind of man-made achievements through which the flora and fauna is being described, and mining activities are also being encouraged, due to which foreign investment and feel good factor is also easily being prevailed. You can find cattle there and assume how much easy it would have been for them to reach that high grasslands, because they are also fond of different kind of map applications through which their tagged necklaces are very helpful to them, and they are avoiding plastic bags scattered here and there. So I have reached the correct exit point of Shani temple, where I had flown drone few months ago. Don't fake these kind of ditches as rural development. In fact, the reason behind vanishing rivers within 100 or 200 kilometers of origin and simultaneously contamination of groundwater is illegal mining and stealing of rocks, pebbles and expensive minerals from the river.